Hi everyone, my name is Alex. Today I'm going to be trying the medicube pdrn pink peptide serum. This product retails for $26. I have not tried many pdrn products. This is still a fairly new technology to me that I have seen a lot of discourse on social media. First, I want to say I am not a skincare expert. I listen to my dermatologist, I listen to experts that I follow and trust, and I also do research to studies currently going on in skincare. I have seen so much misinformation coming from just the everyday consumer about pdrn. All of the benefits that it claims to do, everything that it does for the skin, I am seeing snail mucin 2.0. Like, there's a lot of discourse about it that I feel like is not factually backed up. From what I have seen from dermatologists, pdrn is an amazing skin hydrating and barrier supporting product, but that is what it does. Not this skin brightening, not this acne treating, not all of this other stuff that I have seen online. I mean, people will say anything on the internet. That is something that I have come to learn, and I do not appreciate that, and I do not want to continue that. That's why I always listen to experts. I don't get everything right. That's why I always recommend listening to experts over these ingredients. They do say this is for skin hydration and barrier support, so that is why I would use pdrn, and that's what I'm going to be looking for going into this. I want to also say medicube has, which I didn't realize when I purchased this, a vegan and a non-vegan option, which pdrn is salmon DNA. That is what makes it what it is, but medicube has come up with a vegan technology. The formula that I am trying is the non-vegan version because I got it from YesStyle before they were available in Ulta. Did not realize that they had a vegan and non-vegan option. I usually try to go for those options with skincare, but just keep that in mind with this product. I like that they do offer both versions. This product does also have some fragrance in it. Just be mindful of that. Not my favorite, but not necessarily a bad thing unless you are sensitive or it causes acne with your skin. To support the pdrn, whether you go with the vegan alternative or the salmon DNA, they highlight 5 types of peptides along with niacinamide and holy basil extract. Check out the full ingredients. You can click the link in the description. It goes to their website. Also left the full ingredients in the description as well. Big things we're going to be looking for include what does it do for my skin, what finish does it leave, how does it feel on the skin, and what do I notice with this product. Also want to see if it causes any acne. As for anything else, I'm continuing to do check-ins, so I will see you all in the next check-in. I'm here to give you all a quick check-in and also my first impression with this product. Only other pdrn serum I have tried is Anua's, so I don't have too many to compare this to. I love the color of this. This reminds me of the Ordinary's Barrier Serum, if you remember that product. I'm super excited to see how this product performs. I've gotten so many requests to try medicube pdrn products, and I've seen so much about them. Super moisturizing. This is exactly what I expected from a pdrn product. Not sticky, but it does give a nice glow. I'm noticing that this one, I'll see how it feels on the face, but it's not really giving much external glow. I'm thinking this may just be an internal glow product. This does have a light smell to it. It does have added fragrance in it. Not my favorite aspect of this product. If it does give a nice hydration, if it's not an issue for my skin, it's gonna be fine. Just if you are sensitive, then just be mindful. Feels pretty good going on the skin. It's very lightweight. Definitely a more lightweight pdrn serum. So I'll be interested to see how the hydration is more long term. I also just have reactive skin. This is not because I'm not experiencing any sensitivity. I am probably too rough on my skin too, so that may be what is going on. but it feels really nice and light. From what I've seen with some pdrn serums, they have been a little bit heavy. Just the Anua, I remember it being a little bit heavier of an external hydration that it was giving the skin. This is not seeming to give that whatsoever. It's seeming to give a nice light glow, but nothing too bad. It definitely feels very moisturizing and more internally hydrating. I'm gonna see how those benefits continue to translate, and also if it continues to work for my acne. So I'll see you all in the next check-in. I'm back to give you all my final thoughts on this product. A really good experience with this pdrn serum. I felt like it had a lot of skin supporting and barrier strengthening ingredients in here. Additionally, I love that medicube offers a vegan and non-vegan option, just so a wider range of people can experience the benefits of pdrn. Because what I've noticed with this ingredient, and specifically this serum, is a deep level of nourishment that I have not really seen with many other hydrating ingredients, which this is solely a hydration serum. It could also have some anti-aging benefits to it with the peptides and with some great ingredients in here. I really wish I would have tried the vegan option, because I felt like that would have made it just a little bit more interesting to see how they replicate the pdrn texture, which let me know if you want me to try that in the future. Now that I know they have a rose vegan option, I want to see how it compares to this. I noticed with this serum, it wasn't as heavy of a finish externally as I've noticed with some pdrn products. Mind you, I've just tried the Anua. The Anua was a little bit more of a heavy finish that I feel like more dry skin would appreciate. I feel like that any skin type could use this, but dry and combination skin would most benefit from it. Definitely an internally hydrating product. I would recommend using this product on damp skin to get the maximum benefits out of it. It has been giving me really plump and radiant skin, and doesn't leave a heavy, too greasy finish to the skin, where I feel like any skin type could use it. If you are really oily, that's the only time I'm not sure I would recommend it, but you could use it as an overnight treatment. It is really nourishing. I love the texture. I feel like it is not heavy whatsoever. Barely does anything to the skin upon first notice, but as I continued using it, the plumping benefits got better, and the best part is it didn't cause any acne. Remember when I was getting into trying pdrn, I was paranoid that it was going to break me out and cause acne. That was not the case with this product whatsoever. Only thing I'm not the biggest fan of, which it didn't prove to be an issue with me, but they did add fragrance in this product, so if you are sensitive, just be mindful of that. It's not something that, like I said, is a deal breaker or something that made me not want to use it or not able to use it. It just limits the amount of people that are, and also some people are allergic to fragrance. Some people break out from fragrance. I don't like that they included it. Just felt like it was kind of unnecessary in this product. I don't know, I guess you see salmon on a product and you think it may smell bad, but that is not the case with this whatsoever. I've tried fragrance-free pdrn serums though, and they don't leave a bad smell either, so I just didn't really see a need for that, but it's not something that deterred me from liking this product. I feel like it was definitely a good option, and it provided a nice finish to the skin that was very light but internally hydrating, which is personally what I'm needing right now in my skincare routine. I go day to day because the weather does change so frequently, but I find that I'm liking more deeply nourishing and internally hydrating products at the moment, and that's exactly what this delivered to my face. I feel like this would be a beautiful introduction to a pdrn serum if you're looking for a fragrance-free option. I've only tried the Anua, so that's the only other alternative that I have, but that one I felt like was more intended with mostly dry skin in mind. Some combination skin could use it. It's a little bit heavy for my skin during the warmer months. During the winter, I feel like I'm gonna love it even more. This product, I feel like I could use year round because it is so lightweight, but still delivers that internal nourishment that I love pdrn for. Would 100% recommend trying it. I had a wonderful experience with it. My biggest advice with pdrn is to listen to experts, listen to dermatologists. That's what I have personally done with the ingredient, and be careful and mindful of the content that you consume regarding different skincare products. I trust a small bunch of people and individuals, and also my own personal dermatologist, that helps me stay up to date on current and factual research rather than just internet trends. I have a bad habit when snail mucin was first coming around. I was very prone to believing everything on the internet. That's why I am being extra careful with pdrn, and wanted to bring it up in this video because I know I at least have seen a lot about this ingredient, and not necessarily the truth, not necessarily false, but just not proven. I try to go based off of what dermatologists and current studies are saying. I feel like the serum is worth the hype, and I really enjoyed my experience with it. It's a great, deeply nourishing yet lightweight hydrating serum. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe because I post new videos every week, and I will see you all in the next review.